Good morning. It is Saturday the 13th of December and it's just about to turn 11 AM. So I'm just about to log on now. I've just gone on the app and it's saying it is surging everywhere. Surging pricing is in effect, it says, but no doubt as soon as I log on that all basically disappears. So yeah, my plan for today is basically I'm going to do Uber from now until about 7, half 7 thereabouts. I've then got a private job. It's only a shortish one. It's going from Birkdale in Southport to Liverpool city centre. Bit of a staff night out, so I'm going to drop them off, but then I'll come back on Uber after that. So yeah, let's see what happens. Hopefully it's going to be better than it was last night. So I'll catch you. So it's just turned 1 o'clock. I'll be quick because it's really busy, to be honest. So first job was a surge, £15.32. It's a 5-minute job going 1.7 miles. Straight after that, it was a little tiny surge job. I picked it up because basically I was there. That was a 4-minute job going 0.9 of a mile. Again, it's the type of job that you take because basically you're right there. After that, it was a Southport to Southport. Now I was in Ormskirk, but it was offering me £20.92. And it was a 7-minute job going 1.7 miles, but I had to drive about, I think it was like 15 or 16 minutes to it. So all in, it was around, I think it was around a 20-minute job, and it was paying £21. So I drove all the way to Southport, picked them up, drove 1.7 miles, and then that was it. So yeah, the first hour I kind of went over, but I was on about £45, which included a bit of that. Straight after that, I wanted to get back to Ormskirk, so a job popped up, which was Southport to Ormskirk. It wasn't the greatest, even though it was claiming to be a surge. £10.71. It was a 24-minute job going 7.8 miles. So yeah, it gobbled up a big chunk of the time, but I wanted to get back to Ormskirk. Straight after that, I had a surge priority. That was Ormskirk to Burscough. £18.04 going 11 minutes, 3.5 miles. It's just like great. Like to put it into perspective, a normal Ormskirk to Burscough is like £6 or £7, so the fact that I was getting £18 for it. As soon as I dropped her off, she was going to work in Tesco's. I got another surge job round the corner, £8.91. It was a 5-minute job going 1.2 miles. I was taking another guy to Tesco's to start his shift. And then after that, got another surge job, £11.63. That was a 13-minute job going 4.2 miles, and that was Burscough back into Ormskirk. So I've just dropped them off, pulled in round the corner because there was no signal by his, and I'm currently on £90 and 18 for the 2 hours. So yeah, £45 an hour, can't really complain. And it's still just purple surge everywhere. So I'm gonna go back online straight away, and I'll keep you posted. Well, that last hour was diabolical. So I've basically done one job. That was it. So the jobs that were coming through were just crap miles away, and then the only job that was half worth doing was this £9.51 12-minute job going 3.5 miles, and I had to run probably about 7 or 8 minutes to it as well. So technically it was like a 20-minute job. I did nip past my house for like 5 or 10 minutes as well, but I was still online and nothing came up that was worth taking. So yeah, just a really crap hour for some reason. So I'm currently on £99.69. So hourly rating has now plummeted back down to £33 an hour. So yeah, hopefully it doesn't continue like that, but let's see. So it's just turned 3 o'clock and the past hour's been, well, better than the previous hour. So I went straight into a little surge job, £8.16, 3-minute job going 0.8 of a mile. And then had a priority, so there seemed to be loads of jobs popping up from the same address. There was an XL, it was offering like 5 or 6 quid. I thought, I'm not doing that. And then there was like an X, it was like £4. I thought, like, I'm not running all the way down there. And then it changed to a priority for £6.18. So I thought, right, go on, I'll do it. And then when I got there, I heard her say to her mate, oh, we all could have got in here. So it was obviously them that was booking the XL, but Uber was only offering me about £6 for it. So obviously I didn't accept it. So they've then gone in separate X's. They couldn't get picked up. They've then changed theirs to a priority, and then I got £6.18. So I got more for the X priority than I did for the XL. So that was only going 0.9 of a mile. I then done another priority, £7.52. That was a 2-minute job going 1 mile. I'd then done a little job because it was in the same street where I dropped off. £3.78. It was a 6-minute job going 1.4 miles. So in the past hour it was roughly, what's that, 10, 11, 12, 18, about £25. So that brings me up, I'm currently on 125-ish over the 4 hours. So the hourly rating has gone back up a little bit, is it? Yeah, no, back down, back up. I think it's still come down though. About £31.25. So not too bad, it just seems to have quietened down a little bit. So yeah, see what happens over the next. So it's just after 4 o'clock and I've just jumped on charge. So then that last hour I had a Ormskirk to Skem, that was £9.18, 14-minute job going 6.1 miles. I then got a job straight back from Skem back to Ormskirk, that was £11.56, a 19-minute job going 8.7 miles. And then I was just about to go on charge and I got a little job including a £2 tip, £7.63. It was a 6-minute job going 1.5 miles. So in the past hour it was about £28 thereabouts, but two of that was obviously a tip. So not too bad, to be honest. Currently on 153, so over the 5 hours it's working out about £30 an hour. So it does seem to be slowly coming down. First 2 hours was £45 an hour, and then it was 33, and then 32, and now 30. So yeah, it seems to be going the opposite direction, which isn't what I wanted, to be honest. But yeah, I'm jumping on charge now, so I'm going to be here for, you know, a good hour, and then I'm going to obviously jump back on Uber again for a couple of hours. So I will I'll see you in a bit when I come back online. So it's now 7:30. It's been 2 hours and it's been busy, to be honest. So I didn't realise how busy it had been until I logged off. So I went into my first job, little Ormskirk to Skelmersdale, £9 and a penny. That was 12 minutes going 5.5 miles. I then had an XL, including a £2 tip, which was Skelmersdale back to Ormskirk. That was £20.15. 18-minute job going 8 miles. I dropped off kind of Rufford, which is like Bearscough kind of way. I then had a Bearscough back into Ormskirk. That was £17.86 for a 13-minute job going 4 miles. I then had another job which was Bearscough back into Ormskirk again, so I had to run out a little bit for it, but it was £9.87, and that was a 3-minute job for a mile. So that was a surge job. The one before it was a surge job as well. After that I had another XL job that was kind of Bearscough way, back into Ormskirk again, so I had to run back out a little bit for it, but it was £19.41. It was a 9-minute job going 3.8 miles. It was quite funny. I think it was a staff night out, but the guy had joined his wife and the other women, so I think it was like a I don't know, it was like a salon or something like that they work for. So I sat at these set of lights, and one of the girls is like, "Oh, this is why I'm always late for a minute in the morning, because I'm sat at these lights." And the wife in the back goes, "Oh, I think his name was fucking Kev or something." She said, "Oh, Kev used to live in that house there." And she's going, "Which bedroom is yours, Kev?" And he was going, "That one there on the front." And he's going, "Oh yeah, I used to live there a long time." So she's going, "Do you know when you sat here in the morning, girl, sat at these lights, just think of all the wanks Kev's had in that bedroom." Oh yeah, me and Kev were just howling and laughing in the front, and he was like, he's going to me, "See why I don't want to come out with these, the shit I've had to put up with." Just laughing me head off. I said, "If I drop any more customers off here later, I'm going to say, go in and look for Kev with his baldy head and his glasses on, and go over and say, 'How's the wanking, Kev?'" Howling, laughing. So yeah, I dropped them off, and then I thought I get another little cheeky one in before I had to get this little top up to go on my private job. It was an Ormskirk taking them back towards Bearscough. It was another Surge XL, £18.14, 10-minute job going 4.1 miles. So when I logged off after them 2 hours, I'd done, I think it was like £95 or something. So it's basically on like £50 an hour for the past 2 hours, which was good. So yeah, I'm currently on just shy of £250, and I've done 7 hours. So the hourly rating has gone back up to £35.70. So yeah, all in all, not too bad. So yeah, I've just stopped here literally for 10 minutes. I just had to swap my magnets over, give it a quick clean down on the inside. I'm going to shoot to Birkdale now in Southport, which is 20 minutes away, and I have to run them into Liverpool city centre. As soon as I drop them off, swap my magnets back over, and I'll be back on Uber again. So I will, yeah, I'll give you another update later on. So it's just after 10:30 and I'm done. So I've done my private job, I dropped off in Liverpool, pretty much bang on 9 o'clock. I then jumped out, changed my magnets on, and went on the Uber app. However, I had no intention of doing any jobs in and around Liverpool. It was just in case on the drive back a job basically was from like Liverpool back to Ormskirk or Formby, or you know, something worth doing, and basically nothing come up. So by the time I got towards Maghull, I think it was the first job that I accepted because it was kind of going in my direction. So it was an XL job. It was coming up to 9:30 at this point. So basically for that first half an hour I didn't do anything. So all the jobs that were coming up were either going back into the city centre, or they were like shared jobs over the water, you know, like really stupid jobs. So I done a £6.64 in XL. It was a 3-minute job going half a mile, and like I said, that was half a mile on the same road that I was going, so that's the only reason I took it. I got back into Ormskirk. It just felt completely dead, to be honest. I'd done a little Ormskirk to Bearscough, including a £2 tip. That was £9.53. 8-minute job going 3.2 miles. I'd then done a priority, £8.54. That was a 7-minute job going 3.5 miles. I'd then done I was pretty much about to call it at that point, and then this one come up. He's given me a £2 tip as well, so it was £11.58 Ormskirk to basically, it said St Helens, but it was basically the bypass. So it's just a straight road out of Ormskirk, and then it's the bypass that leads to St Helens. So I wasn't actually going to St Helens, and they jumped out there. So that was £11.58. It was a 13-minute job going 7 miles. So I dropped them off, spun round and thought, right, I've had enough, I'm coming back home basically. So I was coming back into Ormskirk, and then just before I've done my update, a job popped up from the university, which I have to drive past to get back into Ormskirk, going into the town centre. That was £6.49, so it was a 2-minute job going 1 mile. And that was it. So that's basically what I'd done in that hour, which was, what's that, roughly 16, 24, 35. It was about £42 for the last hour, so the last hour was actually quite good. But what's happened in this shift is it's been all over the place. It's been a really weird Saturday night shift. You know, I've had hours where I've done basically almost up to like £50. I've then had an hour where I've done like £9. Do you know what I mean? And it's just been a really weird shift. Like when I started off them first 2 hours, £45 an hour I was averaging, came down to 33, then 32, then 30, and by the time I got to 7:30 it went back up to 35. So it was just kind of, yeah, it was just like a really weird shift. But the jobs that were coming through, they were just ridiculous. You really had to keep your eye on what you were accepting. So anyway, I ended up finishing on £290. Obviously that excludes my private job as well, so that's, you know, that's another fair whack on top of that. But just for Uber anyway, £390. And I've done that's 8 hours. Where are we? So that comes out an hourly average of just over £36 an hour. So it's good. Like I've said in the past, as long as it's in and around 30 or above, I'm happy with. The last few Saturdays I have been hitting about 40, but I've had a couple of bad hours in this shift which has dragged it down again. Otherwise I would have been on that 40. So yeah, all in all, not too bad of a shift, to be honest. But yeah, it's just been a really weird kind of shift. And like I said, I normally, as you know, I normally carry on till at least midnight, if not 1 o'clock, until my drive time kicks me off. And I've only done, what's my drive time? 7 hours 5 minutes. Do you know what I mean? So there's still plenty there left. But when I got back into Ormskirk, it just fell off a cliff. The jobs were just really bad and crap and few and far between, and I was just like, I can't be faffed. So yeah, that's about it. I'll stop waffling anyway. And yeah, one thing I noticed, if you do work in and around Liverpool, comment below and tell me how you actually do it, because like I said, of that half an hour where I was in the city centre, getting out of the city centre back towards Maghull, It was just absolutely horrific, and I honestly don't know how people do it. You know, it's yeah, that one of the jobs that come up, it was to Nelson, which is over in the Wallasey, a shared job. I think it was offering me like £15, and I'm thinking, imagine how many other people you're going to be bouncing off all the way over there. It was just, hand on heart, I don't know how people work the city centre. You know, when people flock there as well to like Liverpool and Manchester city centre, because they're like, oh yeah, it's bouncing, and you see people posting videos online saying, oh yeah, it's the place to be. It's like, I can't wait to get out of there. Like, the only reason I went there was because I had a private job that took me there, but other than that, I wouldn't have gone there. So yeah, if you're there and you manage to make that work, please let me know how you make it work and what you kind of make on a Saturday night on an hourly rate and work in the city centre, because I didn't make a penny. So yeah, I'll catch you on the next one.